Welcome to our 40-minute prenatal HIIT. I'm Rebecca Gahan with Kick at 55 Fitness. Today, you'll need a pair of dumbbells that you can use for upper and lower body, and preferably one heavy dumbbell for goblet squats and some heavier lower body. Plus, you'll need an elevated platform, either like a plyo box, a bench, maybe you have a stepper or an ottoman on the side. Remember, subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on push notifications so you know every time one of our prenatal workouts posts. Let's get started. Let's get started with our warm-up. We have air squats. So we're squatting down low, up high, squatting down low, up high. So as we go through today's workout, we'll talk through all the stages of pregnancy and what you can and cannot do. Right now, I just want you to focus on your breathing, squatting down, letting your muscles relax a little bit. This should feel really good with your pelvis, your hips, letting them get loose. We have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to use our incline. And if you can still go flat, go for it. But we're in an incline position, and we're going to drive our knees up, mountain climber. You can do it as slowly as you want, driving your knees up to your chest. But again, if you should no longer be in a plank flat position on the ground, I want you to go to an incline. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, we're going to a low squat. We're gonna laterally walk to the right, to the left, to the right, tap to the left. There we go. Tap it, tap it. If you have a band nearby, grab it for today. If not, no worries. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's start again, air squats. So you just found out that you're pregnant. You haven't even received a positive pregnancy test at your OBGYN, and you're really worried, what can I do? What can I not do? So I'll always start off by saying, check with your physician. Even if you haven't seen them yet, they might know if you have pre-existing conditions and whether or not you should be working out. But most of the time, what they'll say is, just keep doing what you've been doing and listen to your body, and if you need to take a break, take a break. The reality is initially there's really no restrictions in the beginning stages of pregnancy. All right, we're going to incline mountain climbers. There's really no harm that can come to the baby. It's more about listening to your body in those early stages and giving it the rest that it needs, which sounds kind of ironic coming from me. All right, drawing those knees in to your chin. We have 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. But I feel like once a week these days, I get a call saying, oh my God, Rebecca, sorry. I just found out I'm pregnant, but I can't get in to see my doctor for another month. What can I do? So again, the rule is anything that you've been doing prior to becoming pregnant, you can do just at a slightly lower intensity once pregnant. There's one exception to that. I do not want you getting into a face-up position and bringing your body into a cone. I'll show you during the break from the warm-up until circuit 1 what that means. All right, we're going to air squats again. Air squats. Now, if you're really feeling really good about yourself right now, you feel like, wow, I can jump, jump. Make it an air squat. 15 seconds. Get those hips down low. If you can, let your hips descend below your knees. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to incline mountain climbers. Bringing those knees to your chin. You have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, low squat position. We laterally squat to the right, to the left, to the right, to the left. Here we go. Get low, stay low. In 20 seconds, we're gonna take a break, get some water. I know you never hear the word break in our normal boot camps. But remember, you're now with child, whether you're at 4 weeks or 40 weeks. You need to listen to your body, and you do need to take a break. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Get some water, towel off. So I'm going to show you very quickly what I mean by supine position, no cones. So supine, face up. Cone, you're bringing your knees into your chest, thereby creating a cone. Crunching, no. So no star crunches anymore. No V-ups. We don't want to be in this crunching position. Really, no sit-ups. But we have all different types of core exercises we can do. Just watch our our prenatal discussions, and you can see all the core workouts. No worries. All right, next up, we're gonna take our dumbbells. We're gonna do a ladder starting with 10 dumbbell hammer curls. So both hands at my side, elbows locked in place. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to get you started on this circuit, and then we'll continue talking about the different stages of pregnancy and what you can and cannot do. Next up, we're going to goblet squats. I'm going to take a heavier weight and bring it to my chest. My feet are a little bit beyond hip distance. They're pointed out at 10 and 2 o'clock, and I'm squatting down for 1. My elbows are connecting to my knees. I come up. So we're going to start with 10 reps on one side, 1 on the other, work our way down, work our way up. Next up, we have 9 hammer curls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Good job. And if you need to, put your weights on the elevated platform so you don't have to keep bending down. So I'm going to actually listen to my own advice. We now have 2 goblet squats. 1, my feet are turned out at 10 and 2 o'clock. 2, I'm going to keep it over here. We're now going to 8 and 3, and I'm going a little fast. So if you need to slow it down, slow it down. Whew, 8. So now you find out you're pregnant. First couple of weeks, you're in a state of euphoria. You feel great, you're so excited, and then the nausea hits you week 7 like a brick. Whew. 8. All right, we're going to 3 goblet squats. Listen to your body. If there are days when you can barely get out of bed and do your work, then don't exercise those days. Your body is working harder in that first trimester than it will be the entire pregnancy. All right. So if, let's say, weeks 7 through 10, you can barely get out of bed and maybe you get in a half-hour workout once every 3 days, that's okay. You will make up for it in the second trimester when you're feeling better. But you need to take the rest, and if you're feeling nauseated, that's your body's way of saying, hey, take it easy. Okay, 7 hammer curls. And I'm actually going to switch to a heavier weight with the next hammer curls. We have 4 goblet squats. So I have my heavier weight, holding it, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice job. Okay, 6 and 5. 6 hammer curls, 5 goblet squats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you might hear from some of your friends, hey, you know, you can't have your heart rate exceed 140 beats per minute when you're working out. Nonsense. That's an old wives' tale. And if you watch our prenatal discussion on pregnancy myths, unraveled, you'll hear all about it. What you need to be doing right now is the talk test. Can I have a conversation? Yes, I'm breathy, but can I hold a conversation? Great. So there's the perceived rate of exertion. By the way, we're doing 5 hammer curls and then 6 goblet squats. So 1 to 10, you're not going to exceed a 7, which means you're breathy, but you're not out of breath. If you're gasping for air, you need to take a break. Okay, that's 5. I'm now going to 6 goblet squats. And if you're barely out of breath, well, then you need to step it up. We have hundreds, might even be in the thousands now, of people who've been following our workouts while pregnant, and 95% with their first child have an easier labor and delivery and push for less than an hour, in many cases less than half an hour for their first child, which is unheard of. Okay, we're going to 4 hammer curls, 7 goblet squats. And if I'm going too fast for you or too slowly, you can pause, go at your own pace. Every set equals 11. So 4 hammer curls, 7 goblet squats. That's the secret behind this circuit. Big secret. 1. So you follow us the entire time, whether you're doing our prenatal workouts or you're somebody who's been following Kick since our beginning days in Chicago, and you can do the 55-minute workouts, but just modify. But guarantee you will have a less likelihood of gaining a lot of weight, reduced risk of gestational diabetes, reduced risk of postpartum depression, and you'll have a faster and easier labor and delivery. All right, 3 hammer curls. 1, 2, 3. 8 goblet squats. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. You've got it. 4, 5. Get low. 6, 7, 8. So now, just because you're pregnant, do you now need to reduce your weights to, let's say, by the way, we're going at 2 and 9, to 3-pound upper body and no more than 20-pound lower body? No. What needs to happen now is you listen to your body. If the weights that you're using feel good one day, keep using them. But if you're starting to feel like some acute pain or twinge, reduce the weight proportionally from where you started. So for example, if you were lifting with a 50-pound barbell for lower body prior to conceiving, and then over time, you're feeling like that's straining your back, take it down to a 40. But you don't have to all of a sudden take your weight down by 50, 75% just because you're with child. And the risk, there is no risk to the baby. It's all about you not straining your back, your neck, injuring yourself. Okay, we're going 1 hammer curl, 10 goblet squats. But I'll say this time and time again. The biggest risk to you while pregnant of injury is not exercising. Your body is going through massive changes right now. You need to strengthen your foundation because every day your hips are expanding, you have the relaxin hormone coursing through your body, loosening up your ligaments and joints, helping you to prepare to breastfeed. And it's those unforeseen moments when you're lifting something out of the car, you are preparing your baby's nursery, that you are at greater risk for injury. So do the work here in the controlled environment so that you don't injure yourself out there when it's uncontrolled. Okay, we're gonna take a little break, get some water. You should have completed now, brought that ladder down from 10 to 1 on hammer curls and up from 1 to 10 on the goblet squats. So from here, we're going to incline burpees with a push-up. And again, if you know that you can still go into a plank, and we'll discuss why, but if you know that you can't go into a plank, you probably already know the reason. Whew. I'm actually gonna put my weights down on the floor just so that they don't roll off when I'm doing my incline burpees. All right, this is all timed. So if you feel like it, you can jump, then walk your legs out, push up, walk your legs back in, or jump, jump it out, push up. It's an incline burpee. So let's talk about why you need to be in an incline. Here's the reason why. As your muscle wall is pushing out because of the expanding baby, uterus, everything else, we're breaking through that muscle wall. And if we constantly are pushing down on it by going into a plank and forcing gravity down, you can create a separation postpartum. So that severe separation is called a diastasis when it exceeds 2 centimeters. Do not worry. If you feel a pulling, the minute you feel a pulling, take your planks, your burpees, your push-ups into an incline and you should be just fine. All right, we're going to squats, feet facing forward, dumbbells at your side, squatting down and up, letting those hips sink below. So let's just recap that again. Somewhere, usually around halfway through the pregnancy, your stomach is protruding out. Women like me, who are short in their torso and don't have a lot of places for the baby to go, tend to grow out. And as a result, there's a lot of weight on your stomach, especially if you're going into a prone position, like a plank, like a push-up, like a burpee. So what we want to do is take away that gravity or gravitational force going straight to the ground, and we offset that with an incline, like a bench, like a plyo box, like an ottoman. But if you were to continue to do that and not listen to your body, not listen to that pulling that you're feeling, postpartum, you can have something called a diastasis, which is when the rectus abdominal area has a 2 centimeter, it's like a sinkhole. You can sink your fingers in about 2 centimeters. All right, we're going to a burpee. And if you don't like the way that sounds, just remember, go to an incline. All right. 15 seconds. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So now you're in your second trimester and you're at the gym with your friends and you're doing squats with an overhead press. By the way, we're at squats now. And they say, hey, Rebecca. By the way, I'm not pregnant. You're not supposed to be lifting weights over your head after 20 weeks. Again, another old wives' tale. So the reality is everyone is different. Everyone carries their babies differently. Women who are tall tend to carry really long in the torso. So something like that gravitational pull in the plank position might not bother them as much. Sometimes when you're pregnant, depending on how you carry, lifting weights overhead, so beyond your shoulders like this, can cause a strain in the upper back, in the neck. So if you start to feel any acute pain, any strain, listen to your body, and that's the time to stop lifting the weights overhead. But there is no date when we say, oh, that's it, no more, don't lift overhead. Again, I have women who lift overhead the entire 40 weeks, and they're fine. And then I have some women who feel like they can't do it past week 25. Whew. We're on our third and final set here, and then we'll take a break. Lots of information here. So again, listen to our pregnancy discussions as well, because it's easier to pay attention when you're not in the middle of a workout. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, we're going to our last round of squats, and then we'll take a quick break. So we're gonna squat down and up. Here we go. Letting those hips sink below your knees. You've got it. "20 seconds. Come on, get them low. "10 seconds. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, let's get some water. So what about when can't you lie flat on your back? So what happens is, usually about 25 weeks, a lot of women, because of the size of their belly, the uterus starts to push down on the vena cava when we're lying flat on our back. When that happens, you will feel like, oh, I can't catch my breath, which is why a lot of women start to sleep on their sides halfway through the pregnancy. You will know when this happens. And when it does, if we're doing like chest press, get a pillow. Get some sort of like a little bit of an elevated platform and you'll be fine. You will know, don't worry, you will not stop breathing. Your body has set up an alert system to protect you. Okay, so I am going to use a band right now, but if you don't have a band, no worries. And this is really to also strengthen the glutes because it's an integral part of supporting your body while you're pregnant, but also helping with that labor and delivery. So we're gonna go with side-to-side squats now with weights. And again, if you have a band, perfect. Pause me right now, get a band, put it right above your knees. But otherwise, let's just go. We're gonna go side-to-side squats. We're gonna squat down and up. So we're stepping out. You've got it. Letting those hips fall. So we're in the middle of the second trimester. Things are going well. You're doing the majority of the exercises in either these prenatal HIIT boot camps or in the regular boot camp. You're jumping, you're doing tuck jumps, you're doing squat jumps, you're doing burpees. So what warning signs do you need to listen to? If you feel pelvic pressure, a lot of times this happens closer to the end of the second trimester, beginning of the third trimester. By the way, we're going to bent over rows now, so keep the band around. Don't worry about it. We're gonna hinge at the hips, taking the dumbbells facing each other, row, sliding those shoulder blades together. Think of your shoulder blades and back sliding together. If you feel any sort of pelvic pressure, you stop, you sit down, you elevate your feet, you get some water, you contact your physician. The reality is you're fine, but you should always check in with your physician if you feel pelvic pressure. But usually it's just a matter of you need to slow down your activity, you need to drink some water and get hydrated. Okay, second set of banded side squats. So we're going side to side. But when you start to feel that pelvic pressure, if and when you feel it, it's time to stop jumping with both feet leaving the ground. So instead of doing a squat jump, you'll do air squats. Instead of doing a tuck jump, you'll go to high knees, because then on high knees, one foot is always on the ground. So again, pelvic pressure means 2 feet should no longer leave the ground at the same time. You should not be in the air. You need to have 1 foot on the ground at all times. And if the high knees start to become a problem, then you take it to marching. But I cannot reiterate enough. Get in some sort of physical activity like kick every day, and your labor and delivery will be so much easier, and so will your postpartum recovery. Okay, bent over rows. So in this next set, we're going to do a challenge. 20 reps of both exercises. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, 20 side-to-side squats. 20. 16. Get those hips down, shoulders back, chest out. 12. 8. 4. And 1. Okay, I'm actually gonna go with a slightly lower weight because this is a high rep count for the bent over rows. 20 total, and then we'll take a break. 20. 16. 10. 6 to go. And last one. Nice job. All right, remove the band. Whew. Get some water, towel off. Next up, we're going back to the same type of circuit where we start with 10 reps, work our way down, and then 1 rep on the other side, work our way up. We're doing sumo squats and tricep dips. So for the sumo squats, you have a couple of choices. You can take 1 dumbbell, hold it down like this. You can have 2 dumbbells. You decide what feels right to you. I am going to choose 2 dumbbells, holding them in the center. My feet are out at 9 and 3 o'clock. I might switch it, but for now, I'm gonna hold them down like this. So I have 10 of these, 10. Look, my feet are out at 9 and 3 o'clock. This should feel great, letting your pelvis sink. Squats are the best way that you can train your hip flexor complex to prepare for the labor and delivery. 4, 3, 2, and 1. So you can either do the tricep dips on an elevated platform, or you can do them on the ground. You decide what feels right to you. We've got 1 right now. So my feet are out, my fingertips are facing my feet, 1 tricep dip. Pretty easy, right? All right, now we have 9 and 2. Here we go. 9. And 2 tricep dips. So for many of you who are getting ready to deliver, you're wondering, when can I start getting back into it? The answer is no sooner than 4 weeks, most likely 6, when you go to your physician and you get the clearance to go. I am hearing about some physicians these days who are giving women the go-ahead. By the way, we're at 8 and 3, at 4 weeks if they had a vaginal delivery with no complications. But again, I'm gonna tell you to let your physicians give you the green light. If you work out sooner than 4 weeks, you put yourself at risk for infection, and then that will delay your recovery a whole lot more than the couple of extra weeks. So don't do it. It's okay to walk around, but outside of that, No weighted activities, no jumping, no running. It's not worth it. 3 tricep dips. 1, 2, 3. All right, so I'm actually going to switch to one weight now. Feet are out, 9 and 3 o'clock, 7 and 4, 7 and 4. So you might be asking, Rebecca, we haven't done any core exercises. That is right. So first of all, watch our core exercise. We have one just talking about the core, and then second, that will be posted soon, which actually goes through all the core exercises. But let's talk about what you need to strengthen, what you need to be aware of. The reality is you don't need to do a bunch of core exercises. We're doing 4 tricep dips right now. What you need to do, we'll stop for a second, is draw a line from your pelvic bone to your pelvic bone, okay, and your belly button, or what used to be your belly button. Come in the middle, 2 fingertips, press in, contract that muscle against your 2 fingertips. Release, contract, release, contract, release. That is the core muscle that you should be using when you're doing squats, lunges, tricep dips. You can be sitting at your desk. Do 3 sets of 10, 3 times a day. That will prepare you for childbirth. And again, be cognizant of it as we're doing sumo squats, tricep dips, everything else. Okay, 6 and 5, 6. And 6. Now 5 tricep dips. Here we go. Okay, 5 sumo squats, 6 tricep dips. 5, 1. Contract that core. So I do not like to do specific core exercises during these prenatal HIIT workouts because there are very few pregnancy HIIT workouts in the marketplace. So I want you to spend your time getting your heart rate elevated, getting the workout that you can't get anywhere else. And then do your core exercises on the side, or just contract your core just the way we discussed. 6 tricep dips. All right, 4 and 7, 4 and 7. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 7 tricep dips. How long will it take to lose the baby weight? How long did it take you to gain it? 9 months. 9 months to gain it, and on average, 9 months to lose it. 3 and 8. Do not watch the women in Hollywood who are in bikinis 6 weeks postpartum. That's actually one of the reasons I started Prenatal HIIT, because I got so upset, 8 tricep dips, watching women like Heidi Klum delivering babies at the same time as me, and then showing up on the runway in a bikini, whereas I still look like I was 4 or 5 months pregnant. This is a realistic way of how you stay in shape while you're pregnant, and then a realistic way of how you lose the weight postpartum. But also feel free to DM me if you want to talk about a specific program for you or specific nutritional program. Whew. But don't judge yourself against Hollywood. That is not the norm. And really, it's not real. All those pictures are filtered. 1, 2. Okay. 9 tricep dips. We're going to go to our last set. 1 sumo squat and 10 tricep dips. 1. That feels great. By the way, we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to our last circuit of the day. 10 tricep dips. 9 and 10. Get some water. If you have some lighter weights, I want you to have access to them. When you're ready, we're starting with a football shuffle. So we're just gonna let our feet toggle, loosen up those hips. Whew. Arms are going back and forth, back and forth. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, I'm gonna put these weights to the side. I have a lot of weights here. We're going with a 3-way press up. So we start with our palms facing each other, lift up 1, facing each other, 45-degree angle 2, and then facing front 3. Back to military press. 45-degree angle, facing front. 20 seconds, get in as many reps as you can. If these are not working for you, I want you to go to an incline push-up. 10 seconds. And done. Put the weights to the side. I want you to grab your heavier weights now, or medium weights. We have a 3 count down, 1 count up squat. Remember, contract that core just like we discussed. We're going 1, 2, 3, and up from the side. 1, 2, 3, and up from the front. 1, 2, 3, and up. 15 seconds. Get low. And done. Okay, 2 more sets here, and then we're done. We'll be done with the workout. We'll do a quick stretch, and we'll move on with our day. Move those arms. Move your feet as fast as you feel comfortable doing. Might be like this. And again, be aware of that talk test. Even at the end, can I still hold a conversation? Although breathy, can I hold that conversation? 10 seconds, then we go to those 3-way press-ups. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. 3-way press-ups. Taking the lighter weights, 30 seconds, press up. 45 degrees, front facing. If you cannot do these, you're going to an incline push-up. 20 seconds. Eight, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's finish this up. There we go. Okay, 3-way squats. 3-way squats. 3 count down, 1 count up. 1, 2, 3, and up. 20 seconds. Get really low. Letting that pelvis fall. You'll remember this when you're pushing. During your delivery, you'll say, oh, those squats really prepared me. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Guess what? On this last set, we're doing an order reversal. So we're going to hold it here. We're going back to the 3-way squats, or 3-way, 3 count down, 1 count up. I don't know what it is with me in these 3-way squats. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, and up. And up. And up. And up. 20 seconds. Up. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. 3-way press ups. 45. Facing forward. You've got it. 20 seconds. You can do this, and then we'll count down today with the football shuffle. We'll do a quick stretch, and then on with our day. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, it is time to conclude this workout. Whew. 25 seconds. 20 seconds. 15. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Fantastic job. Take some water. I'm going to get moving with the stretch, but if you need to pause and then come back to the stretch, that's fine. I want you to hold on to something nearby. I'm not. I'm going to cross my right leg over my left, sit down into a nice hip flexor stretch. I'm also going to hold on to something, pretend. Okay, holding on to something stable. This is my imaginary pole. And here we go. Next up, we're going to get those hamstrings. So I want you to put your foot against your elevated platform and then lean forward. So you're going to go down as much as you can. You're going to feel this in your calves and in your hamstrings. And if you're getting those Charlie horses in the middle of the night where you wake up with that cramping, do this stretch and also eat lots of bananas and sweet potatoes. That will help to alleviate those cramps. Let's switch legs. Okay, we're gonna get down on the ground. If you have a pillow, elevate your head. If you don't need a pillow, that's fine, but a lot of you have sciatic nerve pain. So here's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna take our right hand on our right knee. We're gonna push against the knee as the knee's coming forward. I'm gonna take my left hand under my left knee and push down. So opposing forces. So I'm pushing up against my right hand, pushing down with my left. Let's switch. So I'm pushing up with my left knee, pushing down with my right. But really, the side that's hurting you, that is the side that your hand should be on top of your knee. And if you have more questions about this, we'll go into this in more detail in future stretches for prenatal, but also check out Sienna's How to Avoid Sciatica While You're Pregnant and Dealing with It. Okay, slowly sit up, come on your side. Pulling your right arm over to the left arm over to the right. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, and you are done. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining our 40-minute prenatal HIIT. We hope you enjoyed it. Remember, subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on push notifications so you know every time one of our prenatal HIIT workouts posts. And if you like this workout, give us a thumbs up, send us some feedback down below. And finally, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. We will see you tomorrow. Remember, subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on push notifications so you know when our next workout posts.